about quite a number of people to join in. Welcome to, the webinar today on navigating the, as you know, quite a number of people registered for the internship and took the challenge, and in a way to, not give back, but really help through navigating this kind of challenges in the future. We thought to give back to you by taking you through what the process could be like. But I also want us to give about 5 to 10 minutes for quite a number of people to also join in. We still have a lot of people that haven't joined in yet. Thank you for joining in early, for people that have joined in. But please just give about another 5 to 10 minutes for every other person to join in, and then we'll start. Thank you very much. Talk to you soon. Hello, everyone. Please, if you can hear me, just put a comment in the chat box. If you Hello.
Hello. Sound is not clear on my end.
Clear on your end. Okay.
Yeah, I thank you for me, Tom. Yes, so today we have with us Hamid to show us little tips and tricks, and we go through the challenge. And can really learn from methods and techniques. I think it's really good to know for next challenges, etc. Actually, I think I will start.
Hello, Mr. Yannick.
Yeah. Hi.
Yeah, thanks for having me. Can I continue?
So, Hamid, you can start.
Okay. So, hello guys. I hope you can hear me loud and clear. So I think I'll begin with how I found the challenge, and if you guys have any questions, you can just raise your hand or maybe speak in the chat box. Then I'll answer you. So, well, it started off by, I think I should let you guys introduce yourself first, so I can kind of know the kind of audience I have, so I'll know how to take it. Like, can you guys just say in the chat box with your name and how long you've been in information security? Just your name. So I'll start with myself. So just type in your name and for how long you've been into information security, and if there's any other thing you want us to know, so just put it in. Are you guys there? Are we connected? Okay. Korede just starting out. Oluwani Femi, InfoSec for a year plus. Okay, that's interesting. Shino, student for about 6 months. Okay, nice. Adewale, security enthusiast. Okay. At a year plus. So we kind of like have experienced people here, and David just starting out. Okay, nice. A year plus. Emeka, Martins, 2 years. Nice, nice. Oladapo, self. Wow. Oladapo, you're my gal. Okay, it's nice. I don't know Oladapo if you did the challenge or if any of you guys did the challenge. But for me, I just like decided to look for opportunities online. So I started off with LinkedIn, since it's like the best place for you to connect with people. And then I started to follow companies, and then CyberSoc was one of the companies I followed. And then not too long after I followed them, I got notification about the challenge. So it was quite lucky for me because I was just waking up and then I saw the challenge. Unaka InfoSec for a year plus. Ah, wow. You want to see me on video? Okay, no problem. But let's say I'm anonymous, just be for a while. That's if the CTO approves it. Mr. Yanif, can you allow them see me for a while briefly?
Of course, why not? I think it would be great. You can open up camera. Great.
Mr. Yanif, it seems I need your permission to start my video. So I'll just continue while that gets sorted out. So for me, the difficult part of the challenge for me was getting the link. It was the most difficult for me. Getting the link was like the most difficult part. Because and I guess that was because there was a rabbit hole in the picture. Like there's something that seems to be like a barcode. I'll share my screen now so you can see what I'm talking about. Can you guys see my screen? Okay, so I'll just show you quickly what the image looks like and why I think I had issues with it. One of the things that gave me issue was behind this picture. There was some kind of, I think it was barcode or stuffs like that. So I was kind of thinking too hard. I was screenshotting the stuff, trying to arrange them. I was doing all sort of things. I even tried the platform. It's called Aperisolve. I uploaded to CyberSoc. Probably there's some like hidden pictures or hidden stuff in the background, and I kept trying different kind of stuff, and then still yet I wasn't able to like get anything. And for most of you that know this, what it does is just changes the look of the image, changes it to grayscale, increase the color, increase all sort of stuff, so you can see what's written in the background. So I did all like good, and then still yet there was nothing. So after pondering about it for a while, I had to pay attention to this link down here: join, then the shield logo, then WS. So I initially started out by thinking, okay, the shield was like a logo of CyberSoc, because CyberSoc has a logo that looks like a shield. So I was substituting the shield for CyberSoc, doing join cybersoc.ws, and I kept on trying it like that. Join cyber.ws, join cyber Africa, join cyber labs, join this, join that, and still yet I wasn't getting the link to the page. I wasn't getting the link to the page. Then I kind of paid attention to this emoji right here. I don't know if you guys can see my mouse, but I paid attention to this emoji, the WS right there, and it was weird having an emoji before the TLD. So I kind of got curious then, went ahead to, I clicked this. Then at the point of enumerating, I started saying, okay, I could actually use a domain and WS. So for me, it was my first time learning about emoji domain. I've never came across something like that before. So seeing this, it was kind of like, wow, I haven't seen this before. So I had to, then I realized, okay, maybe I should just use the shield flag, then the WS. After which I did it, then I came across the challenge. So that was the hardest part for me, because, and one of the things that I feel made it very easy for me to solve the challenge was because I was using a Linux environment. And then I don't know, the day of the internship, the day of the meetup we did the last time, I met most people and they were like, okay, they were hacking from a Windows machine, and then several people were saying, okay, most of them were Windows. And I believe, well, it might have been easy on Windows too, but then it wouldn't have been easy as if it was Linux, because most of the tools that are here made it very fast for me. I just blew through this challenge, and then I released the walkthrough on my blog. I really didn't know this webinar was going to be taking place, so I kind of released the walkthrough on my blog earlier, and then maybe most of you have seen it, or I don't know, most of you might have seen it. So I'll just blew through this walkthrough so I can like show you guys some platforms where you can use to practice and you can use to learn, because most times I practice CTFs every day, I play CTFs all the time, and then I'll say that was one of the things that made it easier for me. So let me just quickly check the chat box if there's anything. Okay, I see some of you guys said your you're learning of emoji domains for the first time. Yeah, it was very smart. I never expected it. I never saw anything like it before. Even for as I play CTF so many times, I haven't seen anything like emoji domains. So it was a good thing for me to learn. And even if I come across it anywhere, in fact, I registered my own emoji domain after that period because it was kind of cool having a laptop and then WS as a domain name. So, are you guys, is it your first time seeing emoji domains? Like, just let me know, or maybe you guys kind of like have seen it before. Oh, the CyberSoc hint. Yeah, yeah, yeah. He dropped a hint. I think maybe 2 hours after. I think maybe 2 hours or 3 hours. And I was wondering why did he drop the hint? Maybe people weren't really getting through it or something. Then I saw the hint on Twitter, then I saw it on LinkedIn, and then it was the first time. It was my first time too. I guess it was first time for everyone except Mr. Yanni. Oh, that's nice. Okay, so the first challenge here is, what do you see? And then most people might have solved this maybe just by clicking around, like getting frustrated, or maybe curiosity, or but for me it was just clicking around because I didn't see anything and I was like, there's nothing here now. Probably is a white picture I'm trying to. So in the process of trying to drag the whole thing, I found nice one. I like, oh, nice. But then another way this could have gone because it seems like this stuff was hidden with CSS or JavaScript or something like that. But another way it could have gone was there's something called white space steganography, and well, the experienced guys may know about it. Then white space steganography is when you can like hide stuff in a text file, and you probably not even see it with your plain eyes. You won't see anything except you use the tool you used in hiding it and reversing it. So I would just like to showcase that tool right now, and then I'll give us an example. You guys can see my screen, right? So there's no file in my directory now, so I'll just kind of create a file. So we have our file here, and if I want to hide that stuff, I'll use stakes now. Yeah, I'll show my face in a while. Hold on. You guys want to see my face? I'm anonymous. So what I'm doing now is in that text file I created, I'm kind of hardened my username and my password in that text file. So I'm taking the input to be text, and then I'm taking the output to be secret.txt. So if when you kind of read the same file I created with how are you doing, all you can see there is how are you doing. Even when you like open it with Notepad, all you can see is how are you doing. But then if you highlight this, hold on, all you can see is how are you doing. So let me just try and see if I could read it with text now again. Yeah. But then if you pay attention, you see you're able to highlight this particular place. Then it's not supposed to be that way. Definitely something is hidden, but you can't just see it. So then if you try with text now again and then you read it, you can see the hidden word that I added, my username and my password. So it's just an example of white space steganography. Like even in fact, and as an information security guy, most times I have details on my computer. Like, and when this SARS issue was all around, people were just harassing people around. I take most of the sensitive documents and I just hide them in a text file with this text note, and I just put it on my desktop. Then you check, can't find anything, except I use that same text note to like open the application. So you guys have seen text note before. You can just let me know, or probably you use it before, or maybe you play CTFs or something. Just let me know in the comment section so I can see. If it's new for you, also let me know. Yeah. Most people must have seen it before. There's this other one that is kind of like new. It's called mnemonic, and that one is very crazy. People use it to hide data and send it out of a network. And it just came out like 2020, so most people don't know about that. So that was it for the first challenge. And in the second challenge, yeah, well, I'm very sure like people just blew through this one because it's binary. Even in maths class, we were taught binary, basic computer science, binary, computers thinking ones and zeros. So if you play CTFs very well, you know CyberChef, or you could even use binary decoder. And then even if you just put zero and ones on Google probably tell you, okay, this is binary. Adebayo, you haven't missed much. Yeah, You're still on point. We just finished the first challenge, moving on to the second one. So just putting this in cyber chef. You think you are smart. So how long did it take you guys? I don't know. You can just tell me in the comment section for this part because I feel this part, if you just put it in Google, it just brings it out for you. So just tell me how long this took you guys. Yeah, by lighting. Nice. I also solved it by lighting because I was not really like maybe I thought okay, let me highlight, but I was frustrated. I was just clicking around and clicking around. Then nice one popped up. So it was like I solved it by mistake. But the second one was binary, just that was straightforward. Yeah, straight up cyber chef. Oladapo. Oh, I think I know this is a great guy. So for the third challenge, guy said this was easy first and second. Yeah, flag is more than just cloth and ink. I guess there were other way to solve this, because then I spoke with some guys and they said okay it had to do with WhatsApp or whatnot. I don't know. I didn't solve it with WhatsApp. So seeing these flags all lined up, I was kind of curious. It didn't make any sense for you to have flags lined up, and then you're saying it's a code. You think you are smart, crack this code. It didn't make any sense to me because there's no code in the flag, and the only thing I can relate to it in the flag is the Alpha 2 codes, which are the NG for Nigeria, B for Belgium. But I wasn't sure, but that was the first thing that came to my mind because having flags lined up doesn't make any sense. Why would you have flags lined up and then you think it's a code? Yeah, sure, I should be able to share this recordings. Maybe Mr. with the permission of Mr. Yani, I should be able to. I still can't show my face. I don't know why. It's saying you cannot start up the video because your host has stopped it. So I don't know. So this might have taken guys a
I
while.
think try again to share your camera. It's from our end. It's no any limitation.
You
Just
cannot start your video
try again.
because the host has stopped it. Oh, you got to top on this challenge. Uh, well, I don't know why, but then most times when you're trying to sign up on websites, or even when you use chat platforms like maybe Facebook or stuff, and then the internet connection is bad, and then you're trying to use the emoji system, and maybe you're trying to post the image of a flag, and then it's not loading. What comes up is ng, because most of these content management systems and most of these web applications, once they have their own framework, once you just put maybe bracket ng bracket, what comes up is a flag. So it's called alpha 2 code. I never knew it was called alpha 2 code, but I had to do my research on that. I had to do my research on that. Then I realized, okay, it's called Alpha 2 code, but I knew it was NG for Nigeria, B for Belgium. But then identifying the flags was a big issue. Identifying the flag for me was a big issue, and maybe you guys should tell me how you came across, how you actually got the flags. Because for me, what I did was I kind of screenshotted the pictures one by one. I zoomed in, then I took screenshots. Hold on, please. I'm trying to fix my camera, but I had a test with this and it worked fine. So I don't know why I'm having this issue now. Let me see if it has something to do with my settings. This flag portion sent me down the rabbit hole. I don't know if the time choice was intentional because this was like 1337. This that cyber speak. I did a lot of stegan and was thinking up a lot of stuff. It's when I decided just to take a step back before I figured it had to do with country codes. Okay, to be honest, I didn't even take note of the 1337 because I wasn't even paying attention to anything else aside from the flags lined up. So, and that's really true. When you take a look at it, 1337, that's lit. And most times hackers like to use that port number 1337 when they are getting reverse shells or they are doing similar stuff. So, I didn't mean I'd seen that. I must have also gone down the rabbit hole Mr. Ladapo went down on, but then I didn't see lit. I only saw the flags. And then it was crazy because flags made no sense. So all I did was started to I couldn't identify the flags because they were too skewed up, they were small, and then at least not everyone knows all the flags in the world. So what I did was I screenshotted the images. What do you mean lit? Lit is 1237. So it's just like I don't know, it's like a slang. When something is lit, it makes sense. So when you say lit hacker, it's like hacker that is good. So most people just like to brag and use lit as a port when they are probably trying to receive reverse shells or do stuff like that. 1337. It's just common around information security guys. So what I did with the flags was just straight up, I think flag three. Yeah, I was just uploading. I screenshotted it, then upload. The first flag was very difficult for me to find the first flag because it was so skewed up I couldn't even identify it. So I got the flags this way. I got BE Belgium, then I got the other ones. The first one was I think Cyprus CY. Then yeah, I got Cyprus CY, then BE Belgium, and so on and so forth. Then until I came up with I guess it was Cyber with us. Yeah, Cyber with us was the total. Oh, use WhatsApp for the trick. Musa, if let me see if I could unmute you so because the WhatsApp thing, yeah, someone told me about the WhatsApp thing, but then I still didn't get it because I still didn't get it. Let me see if I could view you as a participant and then maybe you can tell us. Can you tell us in the chat section how you went about the WhatsApp trick? Did you like, because somebody was saying something about importing. I don't know how you would import an image because you cannot import an image to WhatsApp then. So, and also I learned that was the intended way to solve the trick. The WhatsApp method was the intended way to solve the trick, but I couldn't wrap my head around how to go about it. So if you could just tell us how you went about it, we'd be very glad.
So meantime, I will say also because Musa said use WhatsApp, and actually this is the idea to show a screenshot of WhatsApp is to give the hint that try use WhatsApp because what you did is can also we can also put it as a picture but just the WhatsApp background means that you're doing it by WhatsApp and just you can copy paste WhatsApp of course using a WhatsApp web on your computer because you can phone. So just copy paste it and put it on Notepad. You will get the code. I think this is what Musa did. This was the easy way.
Wow, wow, okay. I'm trying to fix my webcam. I don't know if
So
probably
there's also kind of bug. If you take the flags without
yes.
to know the code, just put the flag on the platform, he will accept it.
Wow.
The reason is he is actually doing like it translated code.
Yes,
So
it
he thinks that
translates
is
to
the real
do.
code.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Content management system and web applications. Most of them they understand these alpha 2 codes. So once you put ng and probably you bracket it, or maybe you put hyphen or you put underscores. It depends on the web application. It just translates it to the flag immediately. ng changes to Nigerian flag. Even on Blackberries and applications and stuff like that, once you put the alpha 2 codes, they convert it. So it's also possible for it to work that way when you just highlight the flags and you put it in the field, it accepts it. That's very possible. Adewale, is you're having issues seeing my screen. Can you see now? If you still have issue, please let me know. Yes. Oh, okay, fine. And for this challenge, I think yeah, this is the fourth challenge. This was one of the reasons why I was insisting, like, if you are really serious about information security, I don't really see why you should spend most of your time um, in the Windows environment. Yeah, fine. Maybe as an analyst, you might be using the Windows platform as your base system, but then you should have a virtual machine and you should be able to boot probably Kali or Parrot or maybe Arc Linux or Black Box or some other kind of penetration testing dashboards, because it just makes everything easier for you. The tools that comes in built makes it faster. Everything is just like a breeze for you. And that was the major secret of me solving this challenge very fast. Because if I had not been on Windows, I would probably be looking for, if I had not been on Linux, I would have been looking for softwares to do the job for me. And those softwares might be paid. But on the Linux environment, you kind of like have GitHub. GitHub, there are so many repositories that are free. There are so many tools that are free. Hackers and information security guys are not always after the money. Like, okay, I build this application, let me obfuscate the source code, then start selling it for $300 per month or monthly subscription or software as a service or platform as a service. Once they write the tool, I wrote one of you sent, then I just put it on GitHub, and if you like it, use it. Just make sure you give credit to me. So that's what makes it easy. For this file, yeah, it's an exe file. The first thing that comes to your mind, it's a beginner-oriented challenge. So most people might be beginners, and you see an exe file, what you want to do is download it and run it, even though it's not safe. But in most times, even people looking for free softwares online, they go online, download softwares, install it, run it. It might be malicious, they don't care. So even in this challenge, some people might set up a challenge, something similar like this, then put in malicious code. Here, I've seen something similar. It was similar like a CTF. There was malicious code there, and then the moment you install it, that's it, you are gone. So most people, I'm sure they try to install this, but first, as an InfoSec guy, you just don't go around installing stuff, clicking links, and doing those sort of things. You really want to understand what's happening behind the software. It's either you run it in a sandbox environment or you figure out what's going on. So most times when I see a file, it's either a Python file, exe file, a PYC file, whatever file it is. The first thing is I always try to know what's running in it. I'm so used to it, to the fact that the moment I downloaded this file, I didn't even stress myself. I didn't even think about running it. I didn't think about doing anything. The first thing is I wanted to check what was going on in this file. And then doing that, this tool I would like to showcase the strings. A lot of you might know strings, but then all you have to do is strings and the file, and then you are smart. Strings would actually output, to try its best to output the source of whatever file it is, to try its best. Some softwares might have been obfuscated and then you can't read stuffs, but then it's look for the ASCII parts, the parts that are in text in that software, then output it to you. Then it might also show some rubbish and garbage, but then it will try its best to like output the ASCII part of the software. And for this software, I don't know what it does, but the only thing that it's in it is in you are smart. If you are drawing this on Windows, I don't know if you would have come up with anything. I'm very positive you don't have come up with anything. So maybe you guys had difficulties with this one. Let me know, because it might have been difficult if you had been using Windows. Because from my experience, there's no source code, there's no C programming language in this. All you have there is just a string of you are smart. And if you had run this in a Windows environment, nothing would have popped up. Probably just not do anything. So did you guys get stuck in this part, or maybe it was a breeze for you guys, just blew through it like the previous task? And then you could have used Ghidra also. Ghidra is maybe for the threat analyst guys and the forensic guys is more of like, well, I wouldn't suggest you using Ghidra for something as simple as this, but then it was a tool that was released by the NSA, and it was for reverse engineering. So it's actually for high-level reverse engineering, or maybe you're trying to analyze a software for buffer overflow, or you're trying to look through a ransomware to look for Bitcoin address, or you're trying to do stuff like that. Ghidra is like your go-to area. It's really high level, and then it takes some time before you can understand how Ghidra works. You could have used Ghidra for this also. If this had been something that was a huge software, like not just a simple you are smart software, what I would have tried Ghidra. But then since I tried strings and then it gave me the answer, I just submitted it and then went away from the challenge. So you guys should tell me if how you solved this challenge. So I think you guys can see me now. Well, So are you guys live in the chat box? Just let me know how long it took you for this software, because I didn't really try it in a Windows environment. So if you had tried it in Windows, you ran this run.exe file. What came up? What showed up? How did you later solve it? What difficulties did you have? And if you solved it eventually with Windows, how did you go about it? I would love to know how you did it with Windows, because for me, I probably wouldn't have been able to do Windows. But yes, I might have, because Windows also have strings, if I'm correct. Windows has strings. Yeah, I think Windows has strings. So tell me how you guys solve this. And can you guys see me? If you can see me, please let me know.
Yes, yes, we can see you. I think
All right.
yes, Windows also is string, but I think it's you did it. It's too much effort because in Windows you can just open it, just open on TextPad or Notepad, and you will get also the same results.
In Windows, you can run it.
Not run it. Just open the file on Notepad, the text.
Oh, Notepad. Okay. Well, most people will have. I wouldn't have done that. I wouldn't have known it would work in Notepad, because seeing exe, what I would have done was try to run the file. But then you guys solved it with Notepad also. If you guys
When
solved it
when,
with Notepad,
when you're using, you can run like a VI or whatever you have in your Linux. You can run like a editor and open the file with
oh,
the editor, like
really?
VI or something.
Wow. I need to try that. I never thought of that. Wow. Okay. Okay. I never thought of that. So it's nice I learned about this. So let's move on to the next challenge. Let me see what you guys. So you guys should tell me how you eventually solve this, because I'm sure most people, the file was showing up as a 16-bit file on Windows. I was looking for software to run a 16-bit file, but not running. Later open with Sublime Text. Lawal Afiz, how did you
Yes, I
just
put them
think about
the
Sublime Text? Because for me, I
Windows
wouldn't have thought of Sublime Text. Like something must
text.
have led to something for you to feel okay. You could do this with Sublime Text. Did you just do it out of frustration, or then you Googled it or looked it up online? How did you later go about that? Lawa, just explain to us why you felt Sublime Text to work. Because out of the box, I would have never thought of Sublime Text. I would have never thought of Notepad or stuff. So I would have kept on doing stuff like strings, or eventually, if strings hadn't worked, I would have gone to Google and start research. Henry, can you talk in the chat box, or if someone can unmute you so you could speak and we could hear? So can you unmute Henry? He raised his hand, so could you speak?
No, in the webinar mode, not
Henry, you can also
in
ask your
Zoom.
question in the chat box. Oh, okay. Lawal says, open with default is set to Sublime Text. Open with my default is Sublime Text. Okay, so you just double clicked it and you double clicked an exe file, then Sublime Text felt well. I also think it depends on how the run.exe was created, because it's kind of weird for Sublime Text to feel it needs to run.exe file. Definitely, the Windows file system should think, okay, fine, this is my file. Why should Sublime Text think, oh, let me just open this file? Maybe because it wasn't encoded properly or something similar to that. So, but for the next challenge was geolocation. Yeah, all the complaints I heard and everything was about this geolocation challenge. And then part of the things I heard that was kind of things I disapproved with us. Most people were saying, okay, it was easier for people in Lagos. Musa, yeah, yeah. What's your question? You can write your question, then once I get it, I'll respond to it. What about if you are not running on Linux? If you double click it, it will run as a 16-bit file, right? Right click open with my default text editor or Sublime Text. Okay, great. Musa says, what about if you're not on Linux and you're on Windows? Well, ah, I hardly use Windows these days, so it's like the abnormal for me. When you say Windows, I literally don't even know what I would have done if I was on Windows. I'm not comfortable being on Windows. So I can't really say, okay, I would have done it this way if I was on Windows, or I would have done it that way. I just hope I was not on Windows, because if I was on Windows, I'll probably not have been able to complete this challenge as fast as I would if I was rather than me being on Linux. So for this geolocation challenge, people were like, oh, it was easier for people in Lagos to have solved this challenge because they said, oh, people in Lagos knew it was the Koyi Link Bridge. People in Lagos knew it was this, it was that, it was. But then I disagree because, okay, this is the image that you have. And then the first thing guys that have been in InfoSec for a while would have done, or even normally guys that use the internet most times, they would have just taken this picture, downloaded it, and did the normal Google reverse image. I did that also firstly. When I got this picture, I did it, but then no result came up because when I solved the challenge, from what I learned, the picture has not been uploaded to Google. But then maybe because people had difficulties, Mr. Yanov can confirm that. Maybe because people had difficulties, he later had to upload the image online to make it easier for people. Mr. Yanif, can you confirm that? Because when I did this, when I did the reverse image search, there was nothing like this. So
But
maybe he uploaded it
and
online.
yeah, so so actually, in the challenge that we can make it easy with the time. If we see that not enough people solving it, want to reduce to make it a bit more easy. So I prepared to upload it, but in the beginning I didn't upload it by
Okay.
myself because actually, I understand you say people from Lagos know, but we choose this location because this is like a Nigerian symbol. So
Yes.
it's a kind of Nigerian symbol. I think if you even you take just crop this symbol
Yes.
and do
Yes. Yes. Yes.
just as you find out that is a like a Lagos symbol.
Yes. So the reason
But
why I disagree
anyway,
with
we also prepared to upload it to Google, and I think after the second day or third day, I actually push it to Google Map, and then is to find it on Google Map. But in the first day, this was not uploaded.
yes. So I did the reverse image search also. Then since it was not uploaded on Google at the time when I did it, I didn't find it. But then it was still very easy for me because me and my team, like my friends, we do this like freelance stuff. We don't get paid, but then we work for stuff like all these amnesty decoders or programs that they might just say, okay, there's a missing lady, real life stuffs like, okay, a woman goes missing and then they're trying to figure out her location, and then the last picture she took, they might upload it and say, okay, you guys should just, even on Reddit, they'll say, okay, you guys should just try and find out where this picture was taken. Then we start going online looking for stuff. And I think I have something similar that was an actual part of an investigation in Europe. Some issues with some guys, they wanted to know where this picture was taken. So this is a similar thing. It's an actual investigation by Bellingcat. They do open source intelligence. So this was the only picture they had, and then there was a time frame like you guys need to figure out where this picture was taken. It could have been Russia, it could have been Germany, it could have been Nigeria, it could have been the United States. This was the only thing they had. So guys started working on this, and then the only thing they have is there's a car, there's two guys, and there's the background. It could have been anywhere, but then they started stage by stage. You need to pick, you need to start picking stuffs. The first thing they did was this logo that was behind them. This logo was the whole thing that brought out the location of this picture. They just zoomed in. All you had to do was zoom in, then crop out the logo, did a reverse image search, then it came out as a bank. This bank is domiciled in Germany. So for you to figure out this bank is domiciled in Germany, the next thing for you to do is check out the locations of the branches of that bank in Germany. Once you have all the locations of that bank in Germany, then you're able to ascertain, okay, what streets, how many locations do they have? Check it on Google Map. Once you pinpoint the number of locations, then you know, okay, you have filtered down that, okay, this bank is in Germany, not in anywhere else. Then you can start doing deeper searches, Then stage by stage, they were pulling up information about the bank gradually. And then eventually, they realized it was in this section. Then they used Google Street View to go there. Google Street View is online. You could go to Google Street View now and even check your streets and check places. So they after they pinpointed like, okay, this bank is located in 15 places, they filtered down that we need to check 15 places with Google Street View and look for the one that looks similar to where this image was taken. And then eventually they solved this investigation, like somebody solved it in 5 minutes. So it's just open source intelligence. Eventually they figured out this picture was taken. So something similar to the challenge that was posted by Mr. Yanni, because the only thing that led me to this stuff. Fine, I know the Koenig bridge, but if I had not known the Koenig bridge, I would have looked for pointers. Okay, this is a water environment. There's a power grid here, but the only significant thing here to me was this. And then what I did was screenshotted this bridge. I screenshotted this bridge and uploaded it to Google. And even if you don't upload it to Google, you know this is a bridge, and you know obviously possibly might be Nigeria. Then doing list of bridges in Nigeria. I think the first or the second one that comes out is the Koili Bridge, and this is obviously what we are looking for. Just by googling the list of bridges in Nigeria, the Koili Bridge is like the first thing that comes up. And then after this, all I did was went to maps. Uluwanifemi says he didn't get any results from the map as well. Yeah, maybe you tried it on the first day. So doing this, I just changed it to map because to satellite rather, because satellite has like a rich structure. So seeing the bridge here, knowing the bridge is here, and then from the image I can see the bridge here. Even just looking at it and then looking at these two power grids, because I used these two power grids as well from the satellite. Then I saw the whole thing. I was able to pinpoint that, okay, fine. This is the first satellite grid. This is it here. If you guys can see it, then you can just check the map on your side. And this is the second one here that is very close. So just diagonally looking down, you can see CTF here. I didn't think I saw CTF. It wasn't plain on the map this way. It wasn't on the map, but I knew it was somewhere around this. So I just clicking around, clicking
The
around,
first
clicking
day,
around.
it was
So clicking around, I saw CTF.
not in the map in the first 2 days. It was not in the map.
So OSINT is really cool, and for me, it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun, and there are some like Mr. Oladapo says there are some OSINT challenges on Twitter. Well, I don't think I've seen any on Twitter. Maybe I think I've seen one on Twitter, but then on Reddit there's like lots and lots of OSINT challenges. And then I'm supposed to share you this link. I want to share you this link to that investigation. But then there's a platform where you guys can test your OSINT skills, where you could just like, let me just put it in the chat box.
Okay, so meantime, also I mentioned. So what you show about this this bank that you showed is really nice. If we are talking about our own environment, so you can also look on BBC Africa. They did an OSINT on the Lekki toll gate
Yes,
shooting.
yes. I saw it also.
So, yeah,
I saw it.
really nice job. Really nice job they did. And also you mentioned the missing people. So I can tell you that there is some movement called OSINT for Good, to use OSINT the capability to help the population.
Yes, yes.
And also we started collaborating in Nigeria with Missing NG. And hopefully soon also we can do back for the public just because most of the CTF is a PT kind of a pen test, and there is
Yes.
no a lot of in Nigeria OSINT. So we want to start to collaborate with the Missing NG. Missing NG is an organization that they're looking for missing people. And by the way, during the 2020 on Lekki Target, it was in the day after, it was a lot of people missing because they can communicate and etc. So this is exactly we spoke with them for next time. We can also do some hackathon. This hackathon is a real hackathon. Really looking for to find some missing people using OSINT, and everyone can join to this kind of hackathon.
So would CyberSoc be organizing this hackathon?
So we are doing it. Yes, we collaborate with Missing NG for long to build. It's something very popular all around the world. to look for missing people using OSINT. Now it can be an image OSINT. It also can be dark web, a monitor. Especially we are talking about sex abuse. You can find
Yes.
a lot of places that they are they're selling children even, or, or
Yes.
or you can even have information about it. And you can find some leads that they can help law enforcement to something. So yeah, we have something with missing NG, something that we are working on, and all the participants will have the same platform. Then group by group, we will try to find out a missing person. And something that is really popular in the world, just taken from Australia. And yeah, I think it will be cool once we will arrange it missing. And it's like a volunteer or like a hackathon
Yes. Yes.
for
Yes.
good.
So I will be looking forward to that hackathon, and then so maybe if you could organize like a CTF, a physical CTF, like a hacking competition for the InfoSec community, where we can just come together and then hack together, and then maybe like a competition where there will be gifts for. Because I think information security guys are kind of idle, and idleness in the field is quite not good when you don't really have things to do. Then it might lead you to start thinking of black hat stuffs. But then if there are competitions where information security guys could go to, then brainstorm together, there's challenges and there's a prize. It doesn't really have to be a prize of monetary value. It could be something like just an award in the name of CyberSoc. Like I remember I asked you to give me the CyberSoc sticker at the back of my laptop. Then you told me that I needed to prove myself to get the sticker. Yeah, if someone could win your challenge and you award that sticker, I would really appreciate it because
You need to work.
we need to work hard to get that sticker.
Hackathon is just for the shield. Hackathon is just for the shield, but the full letter, you need to work out.
Yeah, okay. Okay, no problem, sir. So in the chat box, I'm giving you guys this platform. It's called GeoGuessr. And then once you should pray if you're really into threat intelligence or you want to go into open source intelligence or stuff like that, you should practice on GeoGuessr because most times they give up challenges and they say, okay, figure out where this picture was taken and then stuff like that. Then you submit the answer, they give you credits and stuff like that. So it's a nice platform for you to learn. And then about the picture I showed you guys, the Bellingcat investigation, that's also the link. You could read through the link. They located so many people using open source intelligence. So that's about it for um, for the OSINT challenge. Let me pull it up quickly. Yeah, the geolocation challenge. So the next one was satellite point of view. This one, I don't know, maybe people didn't pay attention or something. But seeing this initially, I was scared like, oh, this should be a very tough challenge. That on points. I did geography in school, but then that on point sounds weird. I don't know what that on point means. So clicking to that on point and zooming in, this is obvious G. So maybe other people were expecting something else, or it's either they were thinking too hard, thinking, okay, it's probably going to be very difficult, and they are preparing their minds for it to be very difficult. So they didn't pay attention to what the structure looks like. I clicked this, and this was obvious G to me. So I didn't see anything that made any sense. I went to the next one. This was obvious O. Then the next one. So how long did you guys spend here? Because kind of this year I mistook this for 11. So I thought this was 11. I mistook this for 11, but eventually I realized it was high. So how did you guys solve this? How long did it take you guys? Yeah, the thinking too hard. I knew that would have been the case because just seeing that on points and list of that on points, I was scared right off the bat. I felt okay, this would be very, very tough. Very, very tough. So I was already overthinking, like, okay, maybe there's an image of someone somewhere, maybe there's a car somewhere, maybe there's this. I was just thinking probably the names, probably the longitude and latitude, and imagine somebody saying it took them the whole day. Even my friend of mine that I felt, oh, this guy is going to kill this challenge. Eventually, he got stuck, and I was like, dude, pay attention to this stuff. This is J. Then just going through, this is high. So people were either thinking too hard or maybe just didn't expect just didn't expect someone to go through the stress of looking for buildings that look like words. Because to be honest, it's not really easy for you to go online and start going to Google Map and looking for buildings that I don't know how Mr. Yanif did this. If he was the one that created this challenge, he could have for me to look for buildings that look like letters. I don't know. This is very, very stressful.
You see, everything was lecky. All
Wow.
this map is lecky. It didn't purpose in lecky, but now I have a problem. I just now look in regular map and I always see letters, letter, letter. I don't see map anymore. So it's a lot of time to find letter. But it is lecky. It's actually very close to the page.
Okay, okay. So someone Adewale says he got stuck for a whole day. How did you eventually get it right, Adewale? What did you do? What did you decide to do differently? What did you think about? Who gave you hints, or how did you eventually solve it? Because if it took you the whole day, I'm sure you would have gotten frustrated. Like, so how did you solve it eventually? Just tell us in the comment section. The whole day, wow, wow, the whole day. This end, and this is H, even though it doesn't look like H. But then, since I knew, okay, I was looking for letters, I knew it's either this is H or it's nothing else. The last one I had issues with was the one that had like a airplane landing ground, yeah, a helicopter helipad. So I thought it was one and two, then I thought it was zero, then eventually I figured out it was just the one that was needed. Then I solved this. So let's
So
see.
someone thought to go physically to these locations.
I don't think anyone would have gone there physically. Even for me, I never knew it was Lekki because I wouldn't have expected having characters that looked like buildings that were actually characters to be all in just like Lekki. I thought they were all over Nigeria and even places outside of Nigeria because it was strange. That's close to Civic Center. You mean the last one I showed, the one with the helicopter helipad close to Civic Center? Yeah, I think someone has been there. Davod has been there. Out of curiosity. You knew the place before the challenge or after the challenge? It took me the whole day and I started noting those characters after checking through without any information. Wow. Wow. Yeah, maybe you were thinking too hard then. What did it spell what did it spell out to? I think it's join us. Yeah, I think it's join us. Join us, I think. Yeah. Join us one or maybe cyber with us. No, it's not cyber with us, it's join with us or something like that. I knew this place before the challenge. That map reading was awesome. Join the one. Oh, join the one. So also when I've been saying it for a while now, like having Linux as an environment is great because this challenge, when and let's dig, challenge 7 and 8, I solved it just with one single tool. And then for yeah, it was easier on Windows too. I learned it was easier on Windows too. All you had to do was maybe click properties or click stuff. But I'm sure it would have been easier for me on Linux than it would have been for you on Windows because all I had to do all I had to do was exit tools. All I had to do was exit tools. Then I came up with all the information. The first question was when was it taken? The time, the dates, the seconds, everything. So XIF2 is really powerful. It just strips out the metadata of the file. So that's why it's much more safe when you kind of like maybe wants to send a PDF to someone or a Microsoft Word document. Or then I know of this guy, this BTK, the bind, torture, and kill guy, the serial killer in the United States. He got caught by this metadata stuff. He had been in his life of crime for about 13 years. He had been killing people severally, and then he wasn't arrested. And he usually turns to the police. He sends them letters, sends them stuffs, and then eventually, I think in 2003 or so, he overdid himself. He said, okay, he wasn't interested in writing physical letters, and He asked the FBI that could he send them an email with a Microsoft Word document, that could they track him if he sent them a Microsoft Word document. They told him, no, 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 we couldn't track you, so just send the document. Then he sent the document to them, and all they did was exif tools to check the metadata, and then they figured out the name of the computer he used in writing the document. They mapped the computer to a church, and then eventually they got him arrested just with metadata. So you could have even done, if you do exif tools on this image, I think it's like all, yeah, maybe tag all. I'm not so sure, but I know there's a way you can like, I think there's a way you can like remove all the metadata. Yeah, so I did tag all, and then look, most of the information is gone. The date it was created, I think this has been resetted to today. Yeah, the modification date has been changed to today. So many stuff has been removed. So many stuff has been removed. The name of the phone, the whatever, everything has been removed. So it's much more safer when maybe you want to send out a sensitive file to someone and you don't want some basic information to have shown, because most of the information in the metadata file are always crazy. Even for music, when you check music files, you find stuff, you find crazy stuff, you find details about the name of the producers, stuff like that. There's some applications that store these things on the image or whatever file it is. So it's reasonable to run EXIF tools on sensitive files, remove the metadata, then make it blank, then you can eventually send it to whoever you want to send it for. But using this tool all alone, I used Windows. I think doing these things manually help a lot. Yeah, doing things manually helps a lot. So I solved this challenge, the time with this. Then eventually, Let's Dig was asking for, yeah, I got stuck here for a while. And then because it says provide the full device name and vendor. So I kept on putting what I saw here, which was Samsung SMF007 Samsung. I kept on putting Samsung and it wasn't going. This is obviously the camera model. It's written here, this is the camera model and this is the camera mix. So why is it not going through? So it was frustrating. Then I kept on, I even went as far as putting Samsung Electronics 2020, Samsung, even their Chinese name, Shenzhen International Samsung. I was just putting all sorts of stuff because I was getting frustrated. Why is it not working? I even thought the challenge was broken. I was about to message the admins and tell them, I think this challenge is broken because Samsung wasn't going through. Then I got curious and like, okay, Samsung SM. I Googled it, then it came up to the Samsung Galaxy Flip. So on Amazon, yeah, I was just copying everything on Amazon. Samsung Galaxy Flip, Samsung Graph, Samsung this, Samsung that. This is the blog I posted about the write-up. The write-up I posted on my blog. So I eventually used Galaxy Z Flip SM F700. Then it worked fine. That was the last challenge, I guess. Yeah, yeah, that was the last challenge. So for me, my secret solving this challenge was because one, me and my friends usually play CTFs almost every day, and we're kind of very passionate about the field. So we have a very strict, I'll say we have a very strict timetable. Once we wake up, we just look for CTFs. We have all those CTF organizers. We just look for CTFs, then we join as a team, then we hack and do all stuff. So I was very prepared, even if it had been tougher than this, if it had been reverse engineering, if it had been high level steganography, if it had been other things, we would have solved it fine because we had been prepared for it. And then, so many people might just feel, okay, infosec, and then the next thing they're on WhatsApp morning to night, they're in the Bet Niger shop doing all sort of stuff. But then how long do you spend with your system? How long do you hack? Do you like solving problems? Do you like challenges? Because most people must have got frustrated and left this challenge and like, oh, this is too tough. I can't do this. And then some people might have just sat with their computers and kept on going down the rabbit hole, kept on. The challenges is kind of like what I like. I like it to be very difficult because most times when it's easy, it doesn't pay off. So when it's difficult and you have to crack your brain, that's the best place. So this is more usual. It's just like a CTF. So then, if you guys are really interested, because I've seen people also going to look for other similar challenges online, you can like learn on some platforms. And one I'm going to leave you guys with is CTF Learn. Yeah, ctflearning.com. On this platform, you kind of like have similar challenges. Then you solve these challenges, then you get points. So many challenges, and it's stages by stages. There are beginner level, there are intermediate challenges, there are professional challenges, there are tougher challenges, there are very, very difficult challenges. And if you have problems, you at least you network with people and then you solve it together, and then you guys will find solutions to it. The moment you practice on these platforms, challenges like this one we faced with CyberSoc could have been a breeze. You just solve it in seconds and then go away from there. And then once you learn from this CTF learn, there's a lot of reason to get into CTFs, to be honest. So many reasons. I really don't know why guys don't really go to CTFs, because there's chances of you making money, there's chances of you knowing people, there's chances, so many things. Sometimes, okay, I and my friend participated in one CTF recently, and we won Spice vouchers, just like Shodan. We were able to scan for IP addresses and look for vulnerable device. I even saw CyberSoc server that had, I saw CyberSoc server, yeah, saw CyberSoc server, saw so many things. So there's chances of you winning stuff, money,
It's a
and
trap. It's a trap.
sir, what do you say?
It's a it's a trap. It's
Is
a
it?
trap.
I thought as much. I knew it's an honeypot, sir, because the moment I saw the server, it had FTP open. It had some services that were not supposed to be open. It was open, so I was curious, like, why would CyberSoc have Telnet? Yes, Telnet was open, so I felt it was an honeypot. I wanted to scan it, but then I didn't have the permissions. I wanted to do full scan, full port scan. Then I wanted to netcast that Telnet port, know what was going on there. But then I felt it was an honeypot because it wasn't reasonable for it to have Telnet open to the internet. So it's an honeypot. So what do you aim to achieve with the honeypot? Like, see what people try to do.
Honeypot is a really practice for a lot of organizations that to know the method before actually someone have access to your environment. Because you can see, just listen to the honeypot, you can see which kind of tools you are using to scan. You have this log on the honeypot, so immediately you can understand, okay, someone scanning the honeypot using this and this tool, how you can wait to see it in your real environment. Then if your environment, you can, correlate it with the honeypot. Have like
So,
a little bit of information. Something
so,
practice in a lot of
so we can go ahead and attack the honeypot, right?
right. Let's,
Oh,
right, let's see.
okay, no problem. So also, when you guys learn on, if someone shared a link, a good place to learn, playpicoctf.org is a good place to learn. Yes, CTF Learn is also a good place. You guys can learn there. Then once you've like harnessed your skills, you've learned so many things. You can go to CTF Time to you can change that to HTTPS. CTF Time to keep track of CTFs that are coming up. There are so many CTFs. Some give you $1,000, some give you stuff. So it's really good to get into CTF because it prepares you for so many certifications. Some certifications you need to write that has to be hands-on. CTF prepares you because it covers almost all domain of cyber security. And then also I also participate in CTF. So if you hi my friends, if you like to maybe join our Discord, you can join our Discord and then we participate in CTFs together and participate in CTFs together. So for the challenge, well, that will be all. And for me, I enjoyed it personally. It was fun for me. And then I really got to know so many people in the course of discussing the challenge with other people that took the challenge. We had a nice time during the meetup we had in CyberSoc. We had a nice time. We discussed, we brainstormed, we shared ideas, and I learned from them. They learned from me. And also this platform, I'm sure you guys enjoyed the write-up. You might have gotten stuck, but I'm sure if you come across this kind of challenges elsewhere, it will be easy for you. And then I hope it motivates you to go ahead and learn and join CTFs and try and just motivates you to go deeper into information security because it's not child's play. This vulnerability is coming out every day. Every day you go on Twitter, somebody has been hacked. There's ransomware attacks. There's this, there's that. So you really need to keep up with the challenge. You really need to keep up with learning. You really need to keep practicing and practicing and practicing. So for me, that's all about it with the challenge. So I'll just kind of drop our servers Discord group. If you guys are on Discord, you could just join, and then maybe we could learn together and act together. If you're free, you can also message me on Twitter. Also, I'm on Twitter too. So I'm mostly active on Twitter. So over to you, Mr. Yaniv.
Yeah, thank you. So, as you say, learn to act and act to learn. This is this is yeah, it's really cool, to see just the way how you solve what kind of tools you use, learn a lot. Because there is a lot, there is a few methods to solve each of the challenge. You can solve it in few different methods. As example, you use Linux and you use really advanced tools. Also, you can solve it with just with a Windows operation system, and also without tool. Actually, you can solve all of them without tool. So it's nice to see that use nice. I also learned also today. What I also want to say is something very interesting me, because when I did it, I found that if you are using only mobile, there is no way to solve it with the mobile. So there's some guy or someone tried to solve it only with mobile, and he has found some, because I thought about it a lot. If someone just tried to use it in mobile, I'm not sure he can solve it.
Okay.
You must use Windows or Linux. Maybe, I don't know, maybe if you can, maybe you install some tool on your Android, maybe it's possible, but it sounds to be very difficult. So this is one. Someone used Android to find Android is interesting to hear. And yeah, I think thank you very much. It's really cool. You know, we saw how people solving the problem, and see that a lot of people with few the challenges was very tough. But what I want to say, this is for all of us, is never give up, never give up, because I saw people that they are stuck on some challenges day after day after day, but finally they crack it. So it's just put more effort, put more, never give up. And because few guys even asked me a question about it, so I just found out, like, if something is possible to pass, I didn't share it, because if I saw that no one can solve it, we will want to share it. But if it's possible, you just give the guys to try more and more hard, and if you are not to give up, you try more and more. Finally, you will break it, and you will be proud in yourself. So I'm really happy to see people. I saw people that trying for hours or days even. Finally, they crack it. So it's really nice to see it. It's really impressive. And this kind of never give up is something all of us need to take with us. If you want to achieve something, just take it right. And this is about it. And so I see that you are joining a lot of CTF. And yes, there is a few kind of nice CTF even in Nigeria. And we also want to, we have in CyberSoc, we have a unit of doing OSINT intelligence. We have big teams that doing cyber intelligence using OSINT. OSINT is one of the methods. So we have a kind of a lot of, let's say, capacity on OSINT. This is what we want also to start share with the community is OSINT challenges and OSINT techniques and idea is something that is today is well recognized on cyber in the world. So we also want to share it. So we invite everyone to just follow us on social media, follow Habib on social media. Once we have some challenges to the public, or we will cooperate with the Shono BCKNG, and we have more organizations that want that maybe we will cooperate with them to do OSINT for good. So yeah, all of you guys more than welcome to join. And yeah, thank you very much. I mean, it was really great.
All right,
We
sir.
love to see another challenges with the community.
All right, sir. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you for hosting us, and you guys should have a great day. If you have any questions, you can you can send. If you have any questions for CyberSoc, you could send it to their email address. Maybe they might put the email in the chat sections, and then if maybe you want to talk to me, you could follow me on Twitter also and any other platforms. But CyberSoc email is on their website. You can follow them, and then most importantly, I think you should join our Discord server because there's a lot of stuff. So if you are like wanting to get certifications like CEH and stuff, we give free materials, we do training and free trainings, even so many things. There are so many things. If you love to join, we could have fun together. And so that would be all, guys. Any other questions, you could direct it to CyberSoc, and then if you have personal questions for me, you could check me up on Twitter, and then we could discuss. So I'll stop sharing my screen now, and thank you very much, Mr. Yaniv.
Thank you for me to organize it. Thank you for me. We really enjoyed.
All right. Have a nice day, sir.
Thank you, guys.